Did you like the original Evil Dead? I did. How about Evil Dead 2? I liked it even more. And Army of Darkness? Just as good. I even liked the 2013 version when some fans didn't seem to like it. Evil Dead Rise? Not so much. Welcome back to Filmwego. Today, let's talk about Evil Dead Rise, cause this one's a huge disappointment. The Evil Dead series is one of my favorite cult classics that I revisit from time to time. I remember the first time seeing the Evil Dead franchise, my heart was palpitating, as I was delivering an adrenaline scarefest that also packed itself with laughs. Yes, looking back it isn't that scary as I first saw it, but the franchise has now secured a special place in my heart. And don't forget the iconic character the series has given us, Ash, played by the one and only Bruce Campbell. So when I heard Evil Dead Rise was coming to theaters, you know I was going to see it. But very unfortunately, the film never got released in cinemas in Hong Kong, so I was forced to wait till it was available for rental. Finally, I saw it, and this just ain't it. I didn't like it that much. I found the 2013 version better, bloodier, and scarier. I really didn't see how critics are calling it amazing, great, terrific, terrifying, or bloody, because it isn't quite that. Those critics either have never seen true horror, or they just didn't sit down through the whole film. Maybe if I'd seen it on a big screen, I might change my views on it slightly, but for now, not quite digging it. First, let me ask you a question. What made you like Evil Dead series so much? I assume you've watched the original Evil Deads? Well, for me, it is the iconic character Ash. No one plays it better than Bruce himself. He's funny, selfish, crazy, and most of all, likable. So let's first start with the characters. Evil Dead Rise introduces us to new characters that honestly aren't that interesting and forgettable. Yes, they're related, and they care for each other, but that isn't enough for us to root for them. Nothing sticks out about them, maybe other than one being in a rock band, a DJ, and a tattoo artist. Yes, they have unique careers, but seriously, I can't even remember their names. No joke, they lack the fun and charm Ash had. Okay, fine, forgettable characters. A lot of horror films have that. Maybe they can deliver in other aspects. Well, not really. When the film began, I was really hyped, as we were finally getting a new location other than the woods. The film could have gone in a whole new direction, and I was so ready for it. It has so much potential. Evil Dead Rise takes place in an apartment building. Think about it. Inside the building, chaos, the number of people, the amount of bloodshed we could get. It could have been terrific bloodshed massacre. Nope. The film takes place on one floor, and that's it. The whole floor is only occupied by 3 tenants. And what makes it worse is how no one in the building seems to notice when gunshots, blood spray, or gore flooding the corridor, or when the screams penetrate the hallways. Because there are a lot, and I mean a lot. At first, I thought maybe, just maybe, our characters are in a parallel universe. But nope, as clearly they're still in the same physical plane, as they can see what's happening on the outside through their windows. However, my biggest disappointment has to be the fact that it just ain't that scary or bloody. So really, I don't have any clues why critics are calling it terrifying. When the trailer came out, I was hyped. I was like, we're gonna get some real bloodshed, especially from what I saw in the Red Band trailer. Pretty much what you saw in the Red Band trailer, that's it. It doesn't quite push its boundaries beyond that. The trailer made me expect way more. This is Evil Dead. Go all out. Do not hold back. But unfortunately, I think they did. The 2013 film made me way more squeamish. Before we continue, if you'd love to see more reviews or hear me share more unique films, or even just quick 1-minute reviews to see if the film or TV series is the right choice for you, hit the subscribe button and like this video. Alright, let's get back to Evil Dead Rise. The film had some really great moments, and I did enjoy some parts, but there will be a great kill, only to have a really dumb scene that takes place right after that. There is a scene when a Deadeye bites an eye out of a person, only to spit it out and land in someone's mouth, causing him to choke to death. I get it, they were trying to bring the Evil Dead 2 vibes back, but it was just awkward, as this film takes itself way too seriously to include moments like that. What made it even worse was the sound effect included. Dun, which really took me out of the film. It was idiotic. Evil Dead 2 knew exactly what tone it wanted to be. That's why it worked. But here, Evil Dead Rise hasn't quite stepped into that end of the spectrum, where I can accept its ridiculousness. So yeah, that scene just ended up stupid. Evil Dead Rise could also have been a perfect chance to include more lore, as I found that aspect interesting. It was also a perfect chance to satisfy old diehard fans, and also lure new fans into the Evil Dead world. In that aspect, it was a missed opportunity. Okay, I know I've been bashing the film, but this film did have some decent moments and 1 or 2 terrifying images. Nothing that will give me nightmares. If you saw the trailer, I think you saw most of the terrifying scenes. The last act did pick up its pace, and I was a little more engrossed in the film, as we get a new version of Deadeye, and also a final scene with Chainsaw that I'm sure we've all been waiting for. If there were no Chainsaw, I would have taken another star of the film. Although I didn't like this film that much, I have to give credit to the cinematographer for being able to film inside tightly located areas, and be creative with shots. There were 1 or 2 good kills, and great acting from the mother, and some great practical effects, but that's it. So in conclusion, for me, this really isn't Evil Dead Rise. More like Evil Meh Bye, where I continue to watch the franchise. For sure. But I hope in the future, the franchise will utilize its location better, give us new characters we can remember, and build on the lore, as I've always been fascinated by that aspect. But for now, this film is just okay. Have you seen Evil Dead Rise? Did you love it or did you hate it? What did you think of it? Comment below and let me know. And as always, subscribe for your next travel ticket.